Hey.
Hey. What is good? What is happening, everybody? My name is C.
And my name is Notion.
Welcome to episode 37 of Bad Habits of Podcast. We in a building.
Certainly are.
Didn't need to make the noise. What the fuck is it?
Oh.
You good?
I thought ours was better, actually. I'm good, mate. How are
That
you?
was way better. I'm holding up, you know. I'm out here. We got Daniel in the building.
As always.
As
What up,
always.
Daniel?
As always. What up? What up?
You good, Sonny?
Afternoon.
Good. Went up a mountain, my feet hurt, but
Yeah.
all right.
The old
Sweet.
Tim's did not do
Couple
you too many
mountains.
favors.
Yeah, just literally rubbing the whole time. It's just like,
Yeah.
this is long.
That was Dan's first like snow walk up.
Need woolly socks, mate.
Yeah, I need tick socks.
Yeah, I think you need to like
I'll just wear
I
night
always
socks.
do 2 layers, but I reckon you probably got like ones Nosh talking about. Like what are those ones Dad had? The Explorer socks, the fucking
Explorer
thick
socks. Yeah, woolen
bitches.
socks. Good socks.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
like the Nike ones, because I use the Adidas ones, but I double
Yeah.
them up, and it's cool. But I think you need like
Actual built socks.
Some
Yeah,
legit
yeah.
hiking socks.
exactly.
I get you.
Sean is in the building too. What's up, Sean? Fire Squad.
What up, Seano? Fire squad.
I'm rocking the old Mullo again, the old 5% THC beer thing. Loving
What
it.
flavor? What
Beer.
flavor is it?
It's beer. The beer one.
That's beer?
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Well, it's not
Alright, well-
alcoholic. It's like NA. Oh, what do you got there? Oh, the old Fairweather. Shouts to Fairweather.
Got
Hamilton's
a
finest.
flipping late lunch sour IPA from the old Hammertown locals.
Nice. How's that going?
Honestly, fucking excellent. I know they can go either way, these sour IPAs, but these guys are actually known for their sour beers, so
Really? Yeah?
she is special. Yeah, man.
I've had a bunch, and
um,
I never really considered them a style-forward brewery.
That's what I've noticed. They do them better than other styles, but then they come around, which I also heard, which is why I put an order in. This one's got pineapple, lemon zest, fresh ginger, lactose, and vanilla. So it's got a lot of good
Ooh.
things.
All right.
And the things, I don't know, I didn't think ginger would go good in this, but it's fucking fantastic. So.
Team Lactose all fucking day. You know what I mean? But that's a whole other podcast.
That is.
We'll deal.
Link in the
That's great.
description.
Link in the description. I think is it in there? I don't even know. It probably should be there.
I don't know. You should chuck it in there. Why not?
Maybe not. Maybe not. You know. So we are here. It's been.
We're out here. We're in here.
It's in here. It's been a nippy week out here in Montreal. I think it's been a bit better there in Toronto. Y'all are living
Yeah, a
good.
little bit better. A little, sort of.
Little bit better. You know, you've been able to ride bikes and stuff. It's been like in the late,
That's true.
like the high -20s here as far as the feels like shit.
Fuck,
So
that's too
Mad
crispy
time.
for me, mate.
yeah, can't leave the crib too much. You know, fuck, it's a bit rough.
Spewing,
I
fam.
know. So I don't know if it's been like a large week in the culture. There's been a few things going.
It's like everyone had a week off, you know, like January's over.
Yeah, I feel like it's been like a real slow.
Wait until February.
Yeah, basically, it kind of feels like that. I feel like all of January with the music releases and with just shit that's been happening, it's been mad slow and mad quiet
Yeah.
compared to normal. You know, like not as normally we'd have like half a dozen things to talk about as far as like I don't know this thing happened.
Just
these
culture
people
news.
Exactly, just culture shit that's going on. I just don't even really.
I know Drake delayed his album.
Oh yes.
Because
Should we
of-
talk about that stuff first, or should we go to WhatD'YaReckon?
Oh,
Or should we start with a bit of culture news, maybe, then get into what
culture news. Let's
Let's
get
culture news it
the
up.
stick with the culture.
let's culture news it up.
That's a good one. Drake delayed
I
the
got like
certified.
three
You got
things.
some? Okay.
Two
Well,
things.
since Dan just said that one, Drake did delay
Go, Dan.
the Certified Lover Boy album
Yeah.
due to he had a knee surgery or some sort of
Yeah,
leg surgery.
and knee or ACL surgery.
He was super vague about it, but I think he wants to recover before rushing to the studio. So everyone's like, "Oh fuck, man, they want the Drake album soon."
There was a bunch of tweets about that, giving him shit,
Mm.
saying how, you know, a bunch of artists did this because of this, but, you know, Drake twisted his knee and then blah, blah, blah.
He doesn't want, but I feel like he's Drake. He's probably
Everyone rips him.
yeah, dude. Which is funny. He's like the easiest guy to give shit to.
It's easy to hate him.
Super
I
easy
guess
to
so.
hate on Drake. So I think it's like hard. If you actually hate Drake, you're a hater.
Yeah,
Really?
100%.
But he's fun to hate on because he's just
It's just big, so it's like
he's just like the biggest target. Of course, he's a bit of a goofball. He's funny. Like he
That's
makes
true.
some questionable moves sometimes, but
Yeah.
honestly, he's winning more than anyone's potentially ever won ever. He's up in that
That's a
conversation.
fact.
So you can't blame him. But What can you read out the story he posted?
He posted a story and he said, I was planning to release my album this month, but between my surgery and rehab, my energy has been dedicated to recovery. I'm blessed to be back on my feet, feeling great and focused on the album, but CLB won't be dropping in January. I'm looking forward to sharing it with you all in 2021.
Okay. So I don't know if that means February. I bet you it probably means like spring or summer. He's probably going to try and hit that pre-summer vibe,
Yeah.
which is smarter because then he owns the summer. That's what a lot of artists do.
And that's what it's usually done.
Yeah, he'll drop a few singles coming up, March, April type of shit, and then he'll come through with the album, like
The soundtrack for the spring sum.
Yep, exactly right. Own that shit.
Cheeky
and
dog.
I'd probably encourage people to get out when they should be staying in, but who knows what's going to happen. But
Who knows?
you know what? It's okay. We've got plenty of music from Drake. I feel like there's always some stuff coming. Like people need to relax and let him live his damn life and enjoy his money and shit. You know?
Yeah.
That's very true.
He'll never
That's
be
very
mad
true.
at someone doing that. What other culture news you fellas got? Talk to me.
Selection turned 10.
They did. Congrats. I'll give them a
They
round of
fucking
applause
did.
right there. Yeah, well done,
Huge
boys.
one.
Well done. Shouts to Joe K.
Yeah. Massive milestone. You introduced me to Soul Action probably 9 years ago or
It
so.
was
Yeah.
2014. I actually remember the day when a guy told me about it at Hip Hop Cafe.
2014. That's 7 years
in the
ago.
Summer. Yep, summer 2014. So we were
That's
3
crazy,
years
dude.
late. Yeah, specifically
3 years late.
About three
I
and a
just,
half.
yeah. I don't know, I was just having a bit of a reflection through all the, I think, what episode did you say we started on?
I don't remember the exact episode,
It
but
was,
I guess
it was
we
like
could-
it was under 100, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
It was like
yeah.
90 or something, 74,
He was in
75.
3 years. I don't know if he was doing it every week, but yeah,
and they were
I
3
would
hours
say
long back then.
70s sounds about right. They were 3 hours long. He was at
Yeah.
it wasn't the days when he was at the Long Beach University one. It was the one after that.
Right.
They were at they moved to like Red Bull Studios or something for a bit, and then they went to Beats One. Like they did a bunch of stuff. They've probably done like 5 different moves. I think I caught him on the second move.
Right.
So they were already on their second place. So they started at a college radio station, then it picked up, then they moved it to their own thing or whatever. And you are correct. They used to be 3 hours. They were so sick. We used to
Yeah, they're fucking epic, man.
yeah, it was very, very
I
cool.
was just looking back on my SoundCloud, because I've liked them all, and just going back through those over the last, like, I don't know, even the last few months, occasionally I'll just click on one of them because it goes for 2 hours. I can clean my whole crib and have a spliff and have a cup of tea in that time, and it's just a nice, digestible episode. But yeah, I was reflecting on how many artists, producers, and DJs that I've come to know simply because of that show. Like, so fucking many, dude. So it was like 30, 40, like even more artists. But I just was having a nice little reflection of how good Soul Action has been.
That's really
So
cool, man.
yeah,
They
if
put us
you're
onto-
not on it, then fucking get on it.
Yeah, man. You're so right. They put us onto so much music. Are you familiar with them?
So many.
No. So there are I don't know how there was a rate. This is one dude, Joe K. They're in LA. He just started a radio show. I guess he's a DJ, but he always called himself more of a selector as opposed to a DJ. Because he wasn't like and he's
And
not
a curator.
Curator, exactly right. So he was just doing this radio show, and it was what they would call, I guess, the genre became future beats. So it's kind of like I always described it as kind of like instrumental trap, but
But with any kind of soul music that was
soulful instrumental
kind of
trap.
a sample. So it says
Yeah.
soul, eclectic soul, timeless sounds, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's in the
Future
intro.
beats, eclectic soul, forgotten gem.
Timeless
All
sounds.
brought you
Yeah,
by
wasn't that?
James.
What's his name?
All brought you by James.
Marion.
Amarion.
Yeah.
Oh, does he? What do you mean?
Marion is that voice.
No, it's Joe K saying that.
That's Amarion. I've seen the footage of him recording.
The
It's been like
original
that
one
since
is?
the start.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I've seen the footage of him saying it. That's
Okay.
crazy.
That's very
He
surprising.
sounds English at the start. He sounds English on a couple of the phrases that he says. It's so weird. Until I saw the footage, I did not know it was him.
I would not have I struggled to comprehend that, but okay. If you've seen it, I believe you.
It's
Wow, that's fucking
Yeah.
wild. Okay.
it's crazy. Weird.
dope.
Because I thought it
That's
was
even
Joe
cool.
K as well.
Yeah, it
accent
sounds
goes
like
in and out and all over the place.
maybe
Because he
it's
travels a
on
lot, and
purpose.
I guess he's just kind of, I don't know, maybe he's slick like that too. But yeah,
Yeah.
when I saw, because there's footage of him sitting in that, like you can see it's crazy. It's like, oh, it's fucking that cunt. I was
Oh,
tripping.
shit. I love it. Yeah, man. But if
Yeah.
people haven't checked them out, they became a record label. They've signed producers. I would
They go on
argue
tour all the time. They throw parties.
Oh yeah, we've been to like every time they come to
They used to,
Montreal.
well, you know.
Well, yeah, they used to. Yeah. Montreal is one of the biggest cities for Soul Action parties because it's like that's where a lot of the producers, Kate Trinata from here, obviously, Diplo, High Classified, all those dudes were getting a lot of spin. Even Dr. Mad, who I did an album with, he got a bunch of play on there. So they supported Montreal. Montreal vibes were amazing. So I think I can remember 2 events, maybe 3, and I was always got wasted, just got high as fuck and had a few beers. It was just a jam, bro. Like, it was the best vibe parties I've ever been to in my life in anywhere in the world. As far
Anytime I watch those Boiler Room videos, like with Esther or fucking those producers, I Am Nobody, whatever, those ones are jumping. Like it looks like
in those
fun.
vibes. Yes, it was fun, and like that like there's not going to be a fight, and that no one there is going to try and
it's a different crowd.
Call it your girl or something. It's just like they attracted the right kind of people in a way that I've never seen before. It's a beautiful thing.
It seemed genuine too. Like it didn't seem like. And then they're always like, hey, man, everything's cool. Like, they're always peace, love, and happiness. So I enjoy that angle from whoever, from anybody. So that is just, like, cool to see those videos when they're on tour. And sometimes they put, like, a big mashup of all of them together so you can just see their whole European leg or whatever the fuck. They used to put them on Instagram, I think. Nice. But, yeah, anyway. So Soul Action has been a lovely piece of my musical life, and they turned 10, so... Let's have fucking 50 more years of Soul Action.
Fuck yeah, mate. Good on him. Love him. Shouts to you, man, for real.
Okay.
Sean is saying here that Logan Paul's fight might not happen due to lack of interest. That's interesting.
Oh, damn. Let's have a look. I haven't even heard about that.
I didn't hear that either.
Is that the guy who's trying to fight McGregor?
Yeah. Not McGregor. That's Jake Paul. It's his brother. Logan had a fight with Floyd Mayweather locked in. Oh, it's to be rescheduled. Why? Because maybe these people weren't buying the pay-per-view? Because no one gives a fuck. Because they think they're probably bigger than they are. Those dudes.
Trying to see if there's any reason.
Doesn't really say. Well, Sean said lack of interest, but I bet that's obviously not what they're going to say publicly. It's going to be some other shit.
The contract got delayed because of negotiations or some shit. That's what happened with Mike Tyson's fight. Got delayed by a few months.
That's true. I thought they needed more time. I thought it was Mike needed more time.
No, Tyson hadn't been training as heavy as Roy Jones, so yeah, they postponed it so I can get a few more weeks in of pumping the guns.
Yeah.
I'm reading here. The exhibition,
lots of money involved.
The match is not. It's postponed, not cancelled, and not due to lack of interest. The event is believed to have sold over 1 million buys at $25 per sale, but they haven't got an update as to actually why it's genuinely
been interesting.
$25 is cheap though. Usually pay-per-views are like fucking 75, 100, depends on who's fighting. They used to be a lot.
Yeah, I would say you're right. Everything I've seen is in like the 70s. Like
that's cheap.
Definitely much higher. But speaking of that as well, I saw Conor McGregor got knocked out by the Poirier guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was crazy.
Do you guys
I watched that too?
Do you guys like Conor? I know you guys both like UFC, but do you guys like Conor? Because I feel like a lot of people
don't. Not really. I mean, like, I'm not.
He's
exciting to watch for sure. Yeah. He's entertaining. He talks all the trash. He's really good at like marketing. The reason why he's so big is he's fought in 3 different weight classes and become champion in them all. And he's gone back down to 155. I think they fought at just recently. And that's a skinny Conor McGregor. And I don't know, the other dude just fucking whooped him. And the first time they fought, Conor sanked him because he just did. But I don't know. Conor's cool. He can fight, but he talks a lot of shit. And when he gets knocked out, I guess people just like, yeah, fuck you, cunt. Like, I guess people loved it because there's a lot of people that, throw the Irish flag around and like Irish pride and Conor go Conor. It's just like those cunts need to shut the fuck up. It's like when we used to, be in Australia, people who love the Magpies or the whatever, or any of the dickhead teams.
Right.
That no offense to people that love pie. Yeah, exactly right.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Spawns a lot of that.
He's not like he's got an amazing record. I think it's like 25 for 5 or something.
That's pretty good.
And like he's a sick fighter, but it's like I think he's really past it now. He's just fun. Yeah, he's just entertaining because he's
very business focused too.
Yeah, he has his own like clothing company, his own whiskey brand and shit. So it's like he just wants money. If the paycheck's right, he'll do it. But like since the Khabib fight, he got humbled. That's why he hasn't really been speaking that much.
Yeah.
But he's just funny because of controversy. Like the whole Khabib fight was because one of his friends got threatened by one of Khabib's boys. So he ran to the bus that they were all sat on, and he threw a ladder or a dolly at it, and like just to try and fight him there and then.
Yeah, which is like, shut up.
He's crazy.
Yeah,
like
he's
he punched a guy in a bar. He punched an old man in a bar.
I saw that video.
Like,
because he wouldn't drink
Really,
his whiskey or something.
Apparently at the bar he was offering everyone free whiskey and the old man didn't take it and he punched him. Like he full on
whack.
Like banged him in the face.
Girk's an old guy. That's trash.
Yeah.
That's pretty pussy.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So he's like
interesting.
But Sean is
I
saying
see.
here he likes him a lot. So I think it's like people. I feel like it kind of goes either way.
Yeah, I can
with,
understand.
with the mans. But that was interesting. It was only like a round and a half, really.
Yeah, I thought round
all
one
of, like-
Connor wasn't that bad, but then round
One
two-
thing I noticed though, because I had the fight on from when it started and I was like cooking and shit, so I kind of was like in and out. But I noticed whenever I saw fighters coming in the ring where they take off their, their warm up shit, the fighters that didn't put their own socks in their own shoes and give it back to their mans lost. So basically, Connor just fucking threw his socks out like, you pick it up, cunt, you pick it up, cunt. And then the two dudes beforehand, like everybody that won put their socks back in their own shoes. And I don't know if that means nothing, but like, is it like a respect discipline thing? Like, I reckon it is, man. Like, because like the 3 in a row that I watched where the dude who actually did it won. It was crazy. I think that's the thing. That's what I'm putting bets on now. I just picked it up for watching it. I just happened to come down and start rolling. It's like, oh, these guys are about to fight. And I'm like, because I would put my socks in my shoes because I don't want to lose them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And it's a respect thing. So I think he's just like didn't have his head in it in the fight, which is also why he lost. Because that other dude, he spiked him last time.
Right.
So because I've seen they gave him some highlights. So yes, I think he was just off his game, and maybe that weight division isn't good for him anymore because he was good at the start and then he went up and up and then he's back down again.
Yeah, maybe it's like I think you guys are right. Like he's worried about business. He's distracted, and you can't. I feel like as soon as all these other things take over, you're done for.
Yeah.
In that fight.
Also, that fight was in Abu Dhabi at the UFC Fight Island, and that was fucking it started at like 6 a.m. their time.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor
really,
entered
like,
McGregor entered the arena at 8:30 a.m. Abu Dhabi time.
Like,
And I'm like,
we've never seen that
fucking
before.
9 a.m.
Like
It was
weird.
because they wanted to make the Eastern, like the time
The
differences. They wanted to get the North American prime times. So 9 and what is it? Fucking 6.
I have no idea.
9 Eastern and whatever it is. Like
No, it was
something
live
like
at
that,
like
man.
11 p.m. here.
yeah, so like the prelim, sorry, the final fight card started at 10, but McGregor didn't go until almost fucking midnight.
That's true. That's true.
And
Okay.
so that would have been like, maybe 9 o'clock out in the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of
That's
Cali
what they were trying to do.
and Las Vegas, yeah, because they want to put the bets on it. They want to get the pay-per-views and they want to get the gambling money for it.
I guess the volume of interest is there. That makes sense. I get
So
it.
imagine punching on with somebody at 9:30 in the morning is what I'm saying. Like imagine having to wake up and go, eating your cornflakes or your protein bars and go, I have to Gurks a man in 45 minutes. I just woke up, cunt. Fuck, mate. Like you have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and have your shit and you shower and you shave and then go for a runners and then come back and have some food. Like you have to wake up so early to punch on at 9 o'clock.
You probably have to be there a few weeks to get in that routine.
you
Getting up,
you'd
like
have
you
to fly
said,
in.
4 or 5 a.m. or something, and just
fuck
really,
that.
Nah, fuck all that noise. That's
Yeah, because that would be hard for anybody. So hats off to all the blokes that fought at the piss of dawn for most people.
Oh yeah, all the earlier ones would have been.
And then people were there in the crowd like, fucking woo! But they're probably gambling and shit, so they're just already up on all those. Like,
overnighters.
Probably. They said they had the most, as many seats as they're allowed to have with the COVID restrictions, they had them filled. So there was an actual crowd for the first time in ages. Because remember when the UFC first had their first,
you could just hear
the first fight? There was no one. It was just the trainers going, fucking 1, 2, 1, 2, duck cunt, fucking punch him again.
Right.
Like, but
That's
that's,
kind of
what
fun.
you'd hear now.
Yeah.
Very funny. Because then sometimes the trainers say weird shit.
They don't have any COVID restrictions there. Tiff was telling me earlier, like in Dubai.
In
I guess,
Dubai,
and
yeah,
that,
they don't.
So
And
like,
they're doing well, which is good.
well,
That's fucking good.
Maybe people are just. Do you know what? They're more disciplined. If it's a Muslim country, Muslims do the thing where they wash their hands 5 times a day to pray. So the people who are, I bet you they're way more hygienic than motherfuckers out here.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I guess that makes sense. Sean is saying
That's
the
dope.
memes from the fight and the Bernie ones are so funny. I think I didn't see too
Oh,
many
yeah.
from the fight, but the Bernie memes have
Are out of control.
They're too much.
Everywhere. There's
That
so
shit-
many.
It was funny actually because by the way, I guess America has a new
The
president.
first couple of days was funny. Yeah,
First couple of
congrats.
days. By Friday, it was because the
was like, okay, that's
inauguration was Wednesday. Exactly. All the brands who were doing it, if they hadn't done it by Thursday, it's over. It was funny
Very
for
true.
a bit, but it was like
And they keep coming too.
they non-stop. Non-fucking. I saw that video.
Yeah. So
Jake Paul clowning Conor. He offered him 10 million for the fight. Now he's like, I'll give you 10
50.
grand. 50. I'm sorry. Now he was like, I'll give
50
you 10
million. Now
grand.
he's like, I'll give you 10 grand. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's laughing.
smartass.
Pretty
Like,
funny.
fuck, he got
I
murked.
keep the 50. Yeah.
These are the okay. I see what they're doing. Oh wow, they got Bernie holding him. Oh
Yeah.
wow, okay.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, it's funny. That I didn't see a single one of these.
they're all over my TL, like all over.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
But yeah.
Yeah, I guess not enough fighting for enough punchy fighty sports peoples.
Punchy fighter sports. Next in the news. What are we doing?
What else, Dan? You got anything?
All right.
Or Nurse, you got something else?
I had so Coming to America Part 2, I think it was.
Is it out?
Rick Ross was boasting how he got 2.75 million for them to film on his estate.
Cool. Oh, because
And
his
how-
the places he bought
That's his
Evander
property.
Holyfield's old place,
Is that what it is? Wow, that's
and
some
it's
fucking.
on the outskirts of Atlanta. And it's like this.
Mm.
It's known to be this like palatial, fucking insane. I don't know.
It's fucked
whatever.
up.
With,
It
like
look-
horses
that's
and shit.
crazy. Man's want a horse. I want a horse paddock, fam.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's pretty dope.
So he was saying there was a brief video when you swiped, and he says how he was the initial when they asked, he was like, "Yeah, 2.5," and then they were like, "Okay, no, we're gonna shop somewhere else, or we're gonna like get back to you with something." So when they came back to him, he told him it was 2.75. The longer you wait, the higher it goes. So-
He's like, ah.
and the way he explained it was way more bossy than that. But yeah, he's a funny cunt. So he doesn't need any more money, but good on him for having that hustler mentality. And what's the company? Doesn't say the company. Fuck it.
It's probably
Bandcamp,
like
yeah.
Columbia, Universal, one of those.
Yeah, one of the big
Taylor's
ones who has lots of money. So
in it? All right, Dan's just watching the trailer now. It's interesting.
I didn't even notice it coming out.
Yeah, I hadn't even seen. I knew it was coming out, but I hadn't seen the trailer at all. So I wonder if they must have done some sort of scene. Maybe his place is like the King's Palace or something like that.
Yeah, it could be.
Because
mm,
from what I understand, it's quite ridiculous.
quite regal.
Yes. So that's pretty dope. I like that.
That's my news, fam.
Dan, did you have anything?
No, other than the fight, I pretty much nothing.
Okay, I got a couple quick things. Next Friday, February 5th, is the Bandcamp Day once again. So they're waving.
They're waving the fleas.
Yes. So,
Nice.
indie artists, get your hustle ready. Make sure you promote it. I would love people to go and cop By Toxic City, the new album, the new EP that I dropped with D Cypher. Check that out.
That'd be dope.
You know what I'm saying? It's a great way to get creators or give creators an artist and stuff.
Maximize the profits.
Yeah, man. Like it's obviously the people who make it and the people that we talk about on the show are the 0.1% of artists who actually get to that level. Spotify and streaming has leveled the playing field as far as distributing the volume. So instead of having 20 superstar artists like they were in the 80s and blah, 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 like now there's probably millions of artists with millions of monthly listeners or so. But the up and coming artists, we're making nothing from streaming. It's negligible, but you can actually put money in their pockets if you cop the full. Like you can only put the full quality WAV files on Bandcamp. It's usually the only place that people put their back covers too, because you can upload the back cover. Because obviously nothing's printed anymore, and I would argue most albums probably don't even make a back cover. The stuff that we see, because where do you even view the back cover?
That's true. They just make single artwork.
That's exactly right. Or if they're doing an album, I mean, I guess if people press it, they will. But I'd say not that many do press it. Maybe some vinyl and stuff. But who's making CDs?
Yeah.
I'm very surprised if they
Yeah, I
are.
haven't seen a physical album in years.
I don't even know if there's any
I
record
yeah,
stores that aren't secondhand.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of because all HMV's kind of closed, so I
Yeah.
can't think of any.
Yeah.
HMV International.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
okay.
doing Australia too. Like,
Oh.
there's everywhere. Yeah, HMV. I mean, obviously everyone has their
Their own sort of version.
exactly, the local. But so that's super super cool. So definitely support artists. And the other thing, which isn't even culture news, but tomorrow, January 26th, is Australia Day.
Fucking straight, eh?
Fuck the colonists, of course. Do you know what I was thinking before?
Fuck 'em.
This is your first time somewhere
Being
else in the
abroad.
colonies for the day that celebrates the invasion that you guys did and
yeah.
killed, the genocide day.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations, fuckhead.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Love you. I just thought of it before because I was like,
easy.
sorry, dude.
It's okay. No,
Sorry, I
I forgive you,
apologize.
I forgive you.
What happened again?
No, it's fine.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but I was like,
Struth.
because I was like, when I first came here, and I don't know if you felt the same, Nosh, but I thought when they said Canada Day, like, Canada Day, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Because I'm
like-
only associate Australia Day. Like, it's very interesting how you only associate all that stuff with your own country and what you grew up with and whatever. So
I don't
It's
even know
what we're talking about.
England or UK.
Do they have a day
I
that's
don't
like,
know.
this is a day we were created?
No, I don't.
Right.
Well, they probably do. I just don't know.
No, you would know about it. It's not like,
It's
there's
not even
absolutely you would know about it. Like, it's not even, because it's like a public holiday type of thing. Here, look, Sean is saying February 7th is Grenada Day, because I think Sean's family is from Grenada.
Bam.
So, like, and it's always weird when you hear the country name day, because, like, Independence Day is, what is this for?
Does England have a national day?
Same day as Australia Day?
Wait, currently England has no single national day, although the Queen's official birthday. Oh yeah, they celebrate the Queen's birthday.
See, okay,
That's
so
probably the same.
but that's what I'm saying,
Interesting.
you would know if you had it. Like,
Yeah, true.
it's not even
Celebrate Lizzie, celebrate the country.
fuck Lizzie, but yeah.
You know,
Uh,
Lizzie the lizard.
Yeah, that's what she is. Oh yeah, it's a whole other comment. I've been
I
watching
have a poem. Just going back to the Stray Day before we skip off it. Can I read out a quick poem for you, mate?
Oh, fucking oath you can.
All right, mate. It's just it's on me. Some of your IG
Okay.
stories. Anyway, check it out.
Do it.
All right. Mate means cunt. Cunt means mate. Keep the party. Change the date. Mates, I'm sure we all were once, but times have changed, and now we're cunts.
Yeah,
Alright.
deserves a round of applause right
That's a good one. Thanks, mate.
there.
Yeah.
Doesn't get more Australian than that, mate. Actually,
Well, actually, you know what gets more Australia than that?
what's that?
You see this? You know, do I,
Is
do I
that
have to go in?
Yeah, you can see it kind of.
It's the
the
map of
colours
Australia with
with-
the Aboriginal flag
I love it.
in it. You can't see fucking shit. That's fucking whack.
I like that.
Stupid fucking iMac camera. All right, we won't do that.
I just wanted to show a bit of Australia for
You
cunts.
should show me some Australia. Oh, some shapes, mate.
Look at that, mate. This is Australia in a box, mate. You know, fuck.
I got the flag right next to me. You want me to chuck that on the cami? When
If you
this
want,
will be
yeah.
our thumbnail. Let's do it.
Okay, that's actually hilarious. Instead of that,
It's actually fucking hilarious. What do I do? Just like that?
hold her up. Look at this. Hold that up, mate. I'm gonna get the old shapes. There we go. Get that
Like this.
fucking-
Yeah, okay.
Australia.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so I mean, look, I like that they changed the date. Are you familiar with what they're talking about?
Yeah. They want to take away January 26th and they want to just put it somewhere else. They want to make another date for it because it signifies fuck shit. So they don't want to do it like that anymore.
Basically.
And so they want to change the actual 26th to something else.
Correct, like the day to celebrate. I mean, look, because I understand, like, it's pretty. If every single year you're supposed to celebrate your ancestors getting literally murdered, it's traumatic as fuck for all the indigenous folks out there. And the same here with Canada Day. It's exactly the same thing. Oh, sorry, Sean was saying that was a good poem and best thumbnail.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate.
Got the Australia thumbnail. I love that. So they did. So there's this thing called the Triple J Hottest 100 for people who don't know. So Triple J is Australia's like main,
You get smashed
basically, but
on
it used
Australia Day.
exactly.
Sorry, go.
That's why I was just trying to explain what Triple J is for the folks because it's
Do
a
it.
national radio station. It's the same. Every city or state has their own thing, but Triple J is nationwide. So they play all genres. They were the first to embrace hip hop and alternative music and metal and all that crap. So they have this thing called the Hottest 100 where people vote for their favorite songs of the year and they read it out literally from 100 to 1 on Australia Day. But they did it on Saturday just passed, which was the 23rd, I think. And they did that because they didn't want that to be aligned with Australia Day the 26th anymore. So there's a big movement behind stopping celebrating the 26th, you know.
So do they do it like the Friday before
I think it's
The
a
26th?
Saturday. I think it's a Saturday.
Saturday?
If I'm not mistaken,
Okay.
because they also did the Gab. Are you familiar with Gabs? The Great Australian Beer Spectacular. It's the
No, sir.
they do a Gabs Hottest 100, which is a beer. It's the same thing, but it's a popularity contest, and now that more people are drinking craft, it's all the Dan Murphy's beta palette.
Oh,
is voting
shit.
for Bolter and Stone and Wood and shit.
Furphy.
Exactly, all that crap. So it's not like fire, but they move that as well to the same day. So I think everyone's trying to move away from it, which I like. So shouts to y'all.
I like it too.
Yeah.
Shouts to them. And,
Shouts to y'all. Did you have anything else there, or are you just like cruising through your phone?
I'm just looking at the top 100 Triple J's.
Oh, yeah?
And I don't know any of these songs.
Glass Animals?
I don't know who they are.
Nope. Second,
Spacey Jane.
No. Flume, I know Flume. He's a producer.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a big one. Ballpark Music, okay. Tame Impala, I'm fired. Cardi B, WAP got in there, okay. G-Flip, no idea.
The Jungle Giant.
Imagine all the Aussie cunts turning up to WAP. I reckon that
Right.
would be just deadly funny.
Wet ass pussy. Yeah, right. Hilltop Hoods, right? Legendary. We open for them. Billie Eilish. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well,
I don't know.
I mean, good for them.
Interesting.
Fucking whatever. You know,
Very interesting.
it's very much like I don't even know. It's really like a like I don't think independent artists really get a top. It's to say it's become like I think it used to be more like that, but I think Triple J's become more and more mainstream over the years. We never listened to it that much. I know we listened to the rap show because Maya Jupiter used to host it. Shouts to her.
That's true. She used to play our shit.
Yeah, she played her shit, and now she married Aloe Black, and she's living in LA, probably doing.
She's holding it down
for herself. Okay, see that number 12 thing?
Yeah.
Okay, no. Do you know if I say? Tell me if you know the saying. Get on the beers. Have you heard that? In
Get on the
context?
beers, yeah.
But you know that in context of why that's a thing in Australia right now?
Because there's nothing else to do.
No. Okay, you don't know. That's awesome. So the Premier of Victoria, we're from Melbourne. Victoria's the state. You know where I'm going here? Okay. So he did a thing, a speech, and he was telling people that, you got to stay home during COVID, probably our summertime, probably like June, July. That's the original thing, yeah. Mm-hmm. And he was doing just a news report, and he was like, it's not the time to get on the beers. And blah, blah, blah. So someone took, and he said this whole thing. So someone took that, turned it into an EDM song, and it's called Get On The Beers, and it got number 12 in the Hottest 100. So like,
it's amazing.
And then I followed, there was this, there's a Facebook group called When Will Dan Andrews Say to Get On The Beers, and they've got like tens of thousands of followers on the page, and basically he tweeted, he goes, all right, he goes, Melbourne, it's official. Victoria, it's officially time to get on the beers. Like now, because they got rid of COVID. And then he actually said that. And everyone was like, I feel like it's like a closed time loop here. Like it's like a perfect circle. He said it, don't do it. They made the song. The song went popular. People actually stayed home. They killed COVID. Then he said, yeah, get on the beers. It was like a beautiful Hollywood ending to the thing. And then
that is amazing.
About that it made that. That is fucking hilarious. I get you to probably... turn it up so people could hear it just for a second.
Should fucking do
get
it.
us in too much trouble. We'll just play it for like 5 seconds.
The pub is shut. That's not appropriate.
He's about to say.
Clearer than that. That's what's most important. The pub. That's what's most important.
Can you hear that?
We had a case.
The pub, yeah.
As best we can tell, the dinner party started with one case. By the end of the dinner party,
I really hope we don't get it.
had a case of the
Worst case, they won't take it down. Here we go. Talk it over. Here we go.
Get on the beers. That's your civic duty. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. Beers. Get on the beers.
That's enough.
All right, that was
incredible.
That was pretty hype.
This
That's like
the video.
dubstep techno. What the fuck was that?
This is the video on the
I just
official
wanted to get
charts,
hype for
like-
that.
Yeah. It was like someone did it as a joke, and then it charted.
If that isn't a clip for our promo next week, then I don't know. What is,
Get on the-
okay?
Well, the only thing is I don't know if it's going to get us in trouble because I don't know if it's...
Just us dancing was great.
Maybe we can mute it as long as Instagram doesn't take it down. God, John, isn't that hilarious? They're fucking so good.
Wait, what? Wouldn't it be...
That is insane.
Because it might be... Because it's original things that
in the
sample...
Instagram...
Oh, is it in the music? Instagram Reel?
Because surely if it's this big...
Then
surely
it might
we
be.
can get it
If it's
on.
in Instagram Reels, you could get it and then play it over the top.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then we won't get in trouble.
That's what I'm thinking.
But then it'll play it over the whole clip, and the whole clip I want us to talk.
Oh, yeah, true.
So I have to see. Anyway,
We'll see.
We'll figure it out. I think that's basically it for the culture news. So we could get into a bit of what do you reckon?
What do you reckon, mate?
Mate? Everybody I have my one question for tonight.
Same.
Woo!
And then we can get into a little bit of high school stories, maybe if anyone has any quick ones. Get on the beers. Beers. Beers.
Beers. We can talk
Get
about
on the
a time you
beers.
got on the beers at school.
Beers. Oh, that's a good idea. Get on the beers. Beers. It's so good.
Get on the beers,
bro.
mate.
All right.
Cunts
Who wants to go
are
first?
imagine going to a party, jumping on pingers, and
Just be like,
absolutely smashing that song. Like, just fucking.
Beers.
We should talk to Shan Dub and see if she knows that joint, because I
she
probably
100%
reckon
will
she's
know.
remixed it herself. She's probably thrown it up on the tables and got her daughter to fucking smash it up on the decks, pressing buttons.
They're going to be all over it. Fucking little Nelly. So, who wants to go first?
Fucking boom.
Nosh? Me? Dan?
With what?
You haven't
A
done one,
question
have you?
or a childhood?
You're a freestyle. Do you have a question? Or you
Yep.
freestyle it? Oh, we've all got one this week. Look at us.
Good ass.
Oh,
So
piss
it's-
off! I've always got one, mate.
No, you don't fuck around. All right, who wants to go first? Let's do a three-way rock, paper, scissors.
Paper rock. All right, ready?
Ready?
Okay.
1, 2.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, scissors.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Ready? 1. Wait, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. 3.
Oh, you just saw me do
Can't see
paper.
yours.
I had paper,
Can't
so
see
I
yours.
lost.
I can't see anyone.
Oh, yeah, you can't see any. But Dan, move your hand.
So
into
you
the
lost?
screen.
Okay.
Wait,
There
let's
you
just do it again because we all can't see.
There
Let's
you
do it
go,
at the
there
same time. We'll move with Brad because he's delayed.
Okay,
Ready?
yeah.
1, 2, 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wow. No, we all got everybody.
Well, it's a 1-1. It's
Yeah.
a circle of jerking.
Okay, this is stupid. No, you go first.
All right, mate.
I don't
That
think
was
you can
great.
do a three-way.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We tried.
I guess this question is like basically for C and I, but if I take off the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5 words of it, it's for Dan. So,
So do the
Um,
we'll do 2 for that one for us, and then now the one for Dan.
all right, Dan. Start with Dan.
No,
Go
no,
straight
as
for
in
Dan.
like, okay, do Dan's one. Go. Attack him.
Okay.
With it.
So okay. So the question is, what songs shaped your childhood for a future of music? So the last part is for me and you, and unless Dan comes out and busting sick rhymes all of a sudden, then that's for him too.
He might. He listened to a lot of Stormzy.
Stormzy.
When I was younger.
All right, what did you listen to as a kid that changed your life?
A
That changed
wee
who
chap.
you are?
Kanye West, Jay-Z.
Are you talking songs or artists, Noosh?
Just artists, I did say songs actually. I said what songs shaped, but yeah, what artists / genres shaped your childhood?
Okay, hip hop, R&B, and reggae as the genres easily, and artists, namely Kanye West, Jay-Z, Bob Marley. So many random Jamaican artists like that my mum would play that I don't really know. Like
So you know the songs, but
I know the
artists
songs, but I don't know
themselves.
who they are because they're just random people. She'll go from like
You didn't
Buju
really
to
have-
like random. Yeah,
Were they like one-hit wonders?
as in
type of people?
they were like the type of people where if mum told me, "Oh, can you download the song on my phone?"
You'd
I'd
know.
struggle to find the song.
Right. Oh, they're
I'd-
that random.
Like it's just that random. I'll be like, "Are you sure I can
Classic.
find them?" Sort of thing.
Okay.
But like them sort of manners or in Jamaica. Mainly them. Oh, and as I got into my teens, so about 14, Skepta and JME a lot. I listened to them like religiously, and I could literally spit every single Skepta line in every single freestyle was done before like 2015.
Okay, so
like-
you really went in with that.
Yeah, Skepta and JME especially, like religiously, they were the ones I'd say I'd listen to more than any other artist. Like,
That explains why you play him so much.
yeah.
Okay, so they got like a historical significance
Mhm.
in the Daniel brain.
100%.
I like that. It's eclectic.
It's nice.
Okay.
Decent.
Do you go or do I answer, Nosh? Because you actually, you can tell me first.
You go for it, mate. I'm not scared of you.
We would have
I can
started
feel it.
because basically our answers are going to be almost parallel, so we could probably answer. At
Okay,
the
let's
same
just
time.
let's
start
just
from
like jump on top.
Yeah. So let's just start
Yeah.
from the 80s, say. Like, I would argue
Mm-hmm.
that John Farnham, who is like an Australian, who you compare him to? Fuck, I don't know. He's like the Aussiest.
Bryan
kind of
Adams?
old- Yes, in Canada, that's exactly who he is. He's Bryan Adams type of thing. Like, the only thing is Bryan Adams is much more known around the world. John Farnham is only known in Australia.
The
Type of
British-born
thing.
Australian singer.
Yes, I think he was either born in England and moved there mad young. Same as Jimmy Barnes, the other dude. But I like him now, but I didn't like him growing up. So like, Mum was in love with him. He was of the generation that our mother, like the boomers, were like grew up with the picture on the wall, type of thing.
True.
So
Yeah,
that was our first show.
flowing locks.
Yeah, the big fucking mullet, like non-ironic.
Big fucking
was going
big
hard,
blonde
like,
mullet.
Fucking looked like
He had the same hair to his
bullseye.
mum. Swear to God, he had the
Yeah.
same hair to his mum.
I think it's
I
like,
swear to
and the front was kind of how Dad had it, but without the thing at the back,
Oh my God, it's like a
fucking
mixture of
hilarious.
mum and dad's haircut
right?
on a handsome bloke.
On a
Lucky,
handsome
lucky,
bloke.
lucky he was actually.
Like,
Imagine if he was like,
he
looked like
was
Meatloaf
slaying
or
puss.
something.
Yeah, man. He really. I'm looking. Dan's got a picture of an old Fonzie and a new one. Mate, he was dominating the Vaj.
Dominating the. Is that
so-
an episode name? Dominating the Vosh?
I'd
No.
love to, but
You can't do that.
I'd love to. So he was a killer for us because that was the first show they ever took us to, and you just kind of like enjoyed it, and I feel like it was like a big thing. Personally,
true.
then I got into like Metallica and Guns N' Roses. Tell me, I think you were the same too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Same
Yeah.
shit. I started playing
Right,
guitar
man.
when I was 9 years old, so I was playing all that stuff, listening to that stuff like mad heavy. And I used to go to bed. I had this like a double cassette deck in grade 6, and I used to go to bed listening to the top 40 or whatever it was radio show at the time, like on the normal radio, FM.
Rick
radio.
Ding in the
Fuck.
weekly top 40.
It was the American one. That's what the fuck it was. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Good
Yeah.
memory. Well done. Well done.
Even with the jingle too. Fucking.
Even with the honestly, it's I feel like I'm in that same bed next to the thing.
Rick, yeah, I can fully do it.
So
That's
then
crazy.
then they started playing shit. I think that introduced me to hip hop. I remember, and this was full circle. Del the Funky Homo Sapien, Mr. Dobalina, and I did a song with him on our last album, which is fucking wild. With Poe. Bad
That's
Habits.
true.
Go check that out. The namesake for the podcast. That song was called
Hey.
Work. That's a great tune. So Del was like one of the first of the hip hop artists, but I was listening to a lot. Metallica really, I think that's actually how I heard Metallica, because Nothing Else Matters off the Black Album was the main single at the time, and that was popping on radio. So like got into that, got into grunge. Nirvana was big on Nirvana, Pearl Jam. What are the other grunge bands? Soundgarden was the other one. That's right. So
Yeah,
basically everything I
Soundgarden
could
for
play on
sure.
guitar. So when Kurt Cobain died in '94, it was April '94. I remember being devastated because he was really a big deal for me at the time. And then when we discovered rap, jump in if I'm missing
No.
some of yours, no, all the same stuff, because we basically have the exact same shit. And then I listened to. Someone gave me like I was gonna say ripped. What was it called? I taped. They dubbed the copy of Vanilla Ice to
Dub
the
it, yeah,
Extreme album on tape, on cassette, and I listened to that and I got into that. And they even like photocopied the cover for me and stuff and made it all like proper, so it looked fake, legit.
Black and white.
I think it was color even fancy back in the day. It would have been expensive.
That's pretty fancy. Yeah, that's where.
Right?
Ooh,
Then-
some production value.
You actually purchased it. You bought Crisscross Totally Crossed Out. And that was
Right.
huge for both of us. We were wearing backwards pants and backwards shit like dickheads.
All
like,
of the
we were
backwards
massive
pants,
into
biggest dickheads.
And then we discovered Snoop What's My Name in '93.
Yep, and then
we
I
had
bought Doggy Style on tape.
Correct, and then The Chronic, and then Black Sunday, Cypress Hill, and then Ice Cube,
Yeah.
Kill at Will, and that type of stuff. Like his early solo shit.
Yeah, that was
so
fucking
basically,
game changing.
yeah, bro, it
G Funk was a huge influence on because it brought the soul to the streetness, and it kind of was a nice blend out. So
and we had
G
no
Funk era
context.
was stupid good.
Correct.
Yeah, that's true.
We
was
didn't
just
know what it
it was
is.
just entertaining. Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, we just thought it was
Well, we
sick.
know.
Like, how do they make it sound like that? Then you hear actual Parliament, and you're like, oh, well, like Bootsy Collins and
And then you hear
George Clinton. And you're like, oh, fuck.
Source.
Okay, exactly. And we discover it later. And then you said Sort, but the Source magazine as well told us a lot of stuff. So I was buying that every month, which was
Nice segue.
which was 3 months late, and it was like $15. So you bought the April edition in like July, and it was said $3.95 on the cover, but we had to pay $15 for it. Like it was that ridiculous of an import. So we would get that. Like I remember buying. I think I got it maybe a little late, '95. Like Nas Illmatic, Mobb Deep, Infamous, and Hell on Earth was a big one. All Wu-Tang stuff changed my life. I remember distinctly
Absolutely, yeah.
going into, what was the record store at Knox City, downstairs near Maya, and it was on the corner.
Downstairs.
I forgot the name of it. So like JB wasn't at
Sight
Knox
and
City.
Sound. Oh no, that was upstairs.
No, I think that was it.
Sight and Sound.
Yeah, because the other one upstairs was Sanity. It was Sanity upstairs. So I think you're right.
Sight and Sound moved about. And they had like the yellow kind of weird sign.
Yeah.
Sunset.
Either way, there was a record store there, and I remember going in and like, hey, do you have And once again, remember, we were like in the suburbs of Melbourne, Australia, 2 little white kids where nobody listened to rap. So I go into the store. They didn't have any Wu stuff. So I was like, hey, do you have a Wu-Tang Clan? Enter the 36 Chambers? She's like, looking at the computer. No, don't have that. And I'm like, do you have Raekwon the Chef, only built for Cuban links? And then she's looking, it's like, she's looking confused. I'm like, do you have Ghostface Killer Iron Man? And I was like, Method Man, Tikal. And she's like, what are these names? I remember her like being like shocked. And I would have been 14, 15 maybe, and like this girl would have been like 20s or something, like just like, what the fuck are you saying? So Wu-Tang was really big for us. We had, it's hilarious, right? Yeah, big time.
That's so great.
I guess we discovered the Roots as well. Illadelph Half-Life was the first one I got, and then went from there, which was 96. Tupac, obviously, we were big on Tupac, and that was something that always hurts me to this day, because we were into Pac. I bought, what's the third album? Me Against the World. So I got that album when it came out. I think that was even 93, 94, something like that. And so I was listening to Pac, then I discovered the older stuff, and then All Eyes on Me came out after he got out of jail, and we got a lot of shit. I think we must have talked about this before, but we got a lot of like people giving us.
I think on our very first episode we touched on this.
Okay,
we kind of gave like a history, and we touched on that kind of period of bandwagon cunts and that sort of stuff.
It feels like we did, right? Yeah, okay, that's probably what I'm thinking of. But basically, yeah, we were into Pac. Everybody would be giving us shit, calling us homie, blah, 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 doing the hands. And then all of a sudden, Tupac comes out. And then everyone's, like me and you been listening to that when Lee, I remember listening to it at Lilydale Toy World in the back, like listening to All Eyes on Me's jamming.
Lilydale.
Fucking hell. Let's not talk about Lilydale. Is it just funny?
Oh my God, dude.
All right, no one's going to think that's funny at all, but Lilydale is just a funny place. And then they
it's beautiful, actually, but
it is lovely.
There's funny cunts in it.
Yeah, is there ever. So then I was like, we were listening to that shit, and we would listen to all this stuff at home, and in our, I guess we weren't driving probably at the time. No, definitely not. And then everywhere I went, friends' cars, every house party, everywhere I went, everyone was just playing the
Papa
same.
taping.
I wanted to kill myself, bro. I couldn't stand it. It was everywhere. I hated it. So it really took me a long time to get back into Pac. Biggie, I was just thinking, obviously, Ready to Die. I remember Nana Crawford taking this to like Chadstone or Southland. I bought it from there. I was super stoked. And then when I think I told her, but when I was 13, Mum and Dad took my rap tapes off of me. So I always, whatever you ever paid for, I always kind of like stole it and monopolized it. And you just came and took them all because I wanted to keep them all together. So you could, whatever you want, you just come and grabbed it. So you could we both listened to all the shit. But I kept them all. And I obviously was older than you. And I was 13, so you shouldn't be having them if I'm not allowed to. And then they took all the fucking tapes off me. And I was like, what am I going to listen to? Can I listen to R&B? And they were like, yeah. So I remember buying Brandy, I Want to Be Down was my first CD I ever got. The
Big tune.
CD single. It's phenomenal. Mary J. Blige, My Life, even to this day, is one of my greatest albums of all time. Tiff and I usually have like 3 a.m. drunken dancing to that album, crying and listening to
that. Sounds like fun.
It's a good time. Because that album is perfect. All stuff like that. Who else? Aaliyah. I was in love with her since the first album.
You were?
Yeah, like badly. Like
really. Posters on your wall and shit.
Yeah, man. Like Landless. Very, very big deal. I guess I showed this. I think I showed Lauryn Hill last time. I'm going to flex on you. That is Aaliyah. She signed my business card. I think I talked about that story. Can you even? Oh my God, you can't see it? It's faded a lot, unfortunately. Oh no. Oh well, sucks for you guys can't see it. But anyway, she wrote my name and scribbled. But yeah, R&B stuff, and then I guess as it kind of went, that stuff really shaped our life. I feel like everything after the 90s is kind of, we're in our 20s at that point. So like in the 2000s, we started doing 20 and stuff. So then we were late teens, early 20s. So I feel like all the formation stuff was in the 90s. Did I miss anything? Or I know that was way longer.
Man, that was really thorough. I enjoyed that. That was lovely.
It's just fun.
That's all memory lane.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it? I like it.
It's good times.
Amazing. Good. That was a good
Fucking
question.
love it.
Well done.
Great answer.
Great. Fuck, look at that. It's very, very just like flowy and complimentary this evening. Sean is saying, I love it too. Dan, can you explain the difference between UK garage and normal EDM? Go on in.
Oof.
Go on in.
Do you know what it was? I missed that whole garage phase.
That was Craig David era because you were just born.
Craig David and
that was big for us too.
So Solid Crew.
Yeah, Craig David was huge for us. Yeah,
all them, man. I like
love to be there. Then.
I grew up listening to them as well. My mum was a huge fan of Craig David. I forgot about a bunch of artists. Craig David, So Solid Crew,
Yep.
Jamiroquai.
Oh,
I grew up listening to him and Craig David on repeat in my house.
No shit.
Literally.
Your mother's got great taste. Shouts to Annabelle.
She's alright.
Okay.
She's alright. She
Her
goes
name's
alright.
not Annabelle, but I call her.
In terms of that question,
Do you know what? I might be able to slightly answer that because EDM is kind of what Get On the Beat is.
Yeah.
They do stuff shit.
that is literally EDM, yeah.
That's more. That's one part because I think EDM is electronic dance music. It's the umbrella for because you can
Of the
say
whole
there's
shit.
rap music and then there's trap, there's boom bap, there's soulful hip hop, there's conscious hip hop, there's grimy street shit.
grime.
There's
I put garage in that.
blah blah blah.
More so than
So
any
there's
other.
EDM, and I would imagine that the garage and also I don't know if garage and two-step are two separate things. I think they are,
Yeah.
but like, and then jungle. Like jungle's the fast version of two-step.
Jungle was basically like garage as well. So they're very
They're very.
similar.
So it's all so two-step was like that Craig David the Rewind song if you know that
that's
drum pattern
fucking
is
it's a great song.
classic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. It was like these all scattered staccato.
When the crowd say boat, select
Yeah.
up, rewind.
Fuck Craig David.
Yeah, I love it. When
God.
the crowd say boom, it's a good one.
I love seeing him around too, by the way. Shouts to Craig David, man. I love him so
Okay.
much. I'd love to
Still
just
doing it. Yes.
thank
He's
him
the
one
fucking
day.
man.
But
Send him a tweet in it.
Just a little quick one. Hey mate, thanks, innit?
Hey, mate, thanks for all the tings. We love it.
Thanks for the tunes. So yeah, that's basically I think the difference.
I think UK garage and is more rap. It's garage and grime are hand in hand. Grime comes from garage.
So that's the family tree. Yo, that would be
Yeah,
fascinating. to see a
grime
family
comes
tree.
from garage.
Huh.
So all their men who are in garage, like if I type like the top garage artists,
So who would be the
So Solid Crew would be number one, definitely.
yeah? Hang on,
Artful
was it-
Dodger,
Alpha Dodger, yeah, because he's the
Wiley,
one.
Miss Dynamite, Dizzy Rock
Oh,
School.
so it's coming if Wiley's a part of that, then that's why.
Then, yeah, it
Grime
kind of
definitely
derives
came
from
that.
there.
Go to the first one. Sorry, real quick.
Oh,
There was
sorry.
like a
What's going on with the keyboard? There we go.
MJ Cole. Yeah, I remember him. That's what I thought.
I don't remember a lot of these. I know
Jamie
Artful
XX
Dodger.
as well. Miss Dynamite. Dizzy
Dynamite,
Rascal.
definitely.
Fuck. All right.
Yeah,
Is
Mike
it-
Skinner. Yeah, all of this.
Yeah, the
is
streets. I love the streets.
What grime comes from.
Streets
So,
crazy.
Yeah.
I'd always associate it with rap more so than EDM. EDM's like
Mm.
house music.
Correct. Exactly. So under EDM, thank you. That's a great thing. Is like what that other song I would probably consider that techno. Then there's
Yeah, techno had like some dubstep elements to it as
Yeah, with
well.
that
There was a
big-
it was a huge crossover with the yeah.
whatever
They
what's
have-
that called?
that- man, just
That fucking
oscillation
thing.
with like a bunch of things going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great point. So then there's dubstep, and then you've got all the other different like house, and then you can break house down into like there's Shasta Shan Dub. She was teaching me about it years ago. Like, it's Chicago and Detroit are the main two places where they both
Birthplaces
have-
of house and techno, yeah.
Correct. Exactly
I have
right.
No clue.
Huh?
I have no clue.
No, sure. Oh, and then there's I've been to some house parties like where they play that shit with Shan. Like we used to hang out in Toronto and we'd go to this like the Cherry Beach ones. And you went. I remember going there one time, and I wasn't high and I wasn't drunk, and we walked all the way to Cherry Beach from downtown, from like the Eden Center,
Snap.
which is a long walk. And
That's a
then
long walk.
we went to the beach party. I'm like, it was just playing. It was like the same fucking beat for like.
Beat for like
I'm not joking.
7
like
minutes
15
for a song.
yeah.
Oh,
And
15?
then-
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe 7. I'm exaggerating, but say a long like a very
Goes
long
on
time.
forever. It feels like what is forever because you go
Correct.
into a trance.
You go,
Yeah,
thank you,
yeah.
you do. Then they have one little dropout, or the DJ goes, turns the volume down, and everyone's like,
Filter.
woohoo! I'm like, fucking really? That's what you can't get
Yeah,
excited for?
I
I couldn't
don't
believe it.
see the hype.
I was like annoyed. I wanted to just dip.
Yeah, like they always came on in clubs, which was like hip hop clubs as well.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you
It was
doing?
like, why did you put that on?
House elements and songs are
Oh,
fucking
shit.
great. I like vote. There's some great house. Some fantastic houses played on Soul Election. Shouts to them. They sometimes do
True.
house shows. But he'll
Yeah.
choose the Soulful House. Soulful House is dope. It's really cool because it's not the
You're a
type, whatever the
Soulful House.
type. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thanks, man.
Whatever. It's not the type that goes on forever. But yes, hopefully that answers that, Sean. What's your question, Daniel? I just realized we're just really going on because we haven't even gone through the fucking verses.
Oh
battle.
dear.
Oh my shit.
We can make it quicker.
Yeah, I was on YouTube watching Rap Genius, and they released a video about how GTA has like revolutionized a lot of music.
Okay.
And I was just wondering if you had a radio station on GTA, what would it be called? What music would be playing? And would you guys be hosts rapping on it, or would you be? Like, what would your role be on it?
Okay.
Essentially.
probably call it Sick Cunt Radio, and I would have multiple
would love
segments
that as
to it. Well, I mean, great. So I'd have multiple angles to the station. It would be, you know, certain shows from C and I and the fam, yourself, Dan. And then we can also, all of us would curate our own little playlists and just, you know, have them going all the time. And it would just be nice tunes to drive through, to have little, you know, like drive hour would be like fast. So like just music you would drive fast to, you know, not that we encourage that, but, you know, there'd be things like that. So it's GTA. So I guess, yeah, there'd be segments of radio. So between 4 to 6 is like drive time. So you just fucking send it down the highway in whatever souped up car you got. And then when it's chill time, you're smoking a doobie, trying to pick up hookers on that boulevard.
As you do.
And you play some Marvin Gaye or something, and you slide through and keep it smooth. So yeah, that's what I would do.
Is that how it works? There's like a once a kind of FM, so like obviously can't beat that, obviously. There's like so
you should have answered
whole,
first.
Yeah, I should have. Like I probably would have said something like that. But I just had an idea for a question for next week, so I wanted to write it down before I forgot.
Write it down. Do it.
I did. That's why I didn't answer first.
Good.
So you can come up with a radio station, have different shows on it, or you just have like one thing where people turn on, it repeats the same.
It's crazy. It's hard to describe because GTA, there's talk shows, there's actual ones dedicated to hip hop classics, there's actual DJs which have their own shows on it. But it's
not live. It's like something.
No, it's on repeat, obviously. But it's like some of them have talk shows on it, but like you can actually listen to them, and it's like that. It's like they've actually made a show
just for this.
Like they actually, it's crazy. There's so much they've done. They have like TV shows on the game, which you can sit down in your apartment and go watch the TV show. It's so fun.
That's amazing.
But like, yeah, the radio stations, they have like actual talk shows on it. They'll have hip hop on it. They have rock radio. They have alternate radio. Like it's crazy. But like it's all on repeat, and it's up to you what you want to put in it. It could be talking,
right?
Could be anything.
I'd call it sexy time, and it would just be porno music.
Whoa!
Just like the
whole time, 24/7,
24/7.
Wow!
Yeah, basically like house music.
Debbie Does Dallas theme song.
Real 80s, and then have like a
porn music.
Well, no, actually, what I'm saying is like just constantly playing it, like 15-minute versions of the Debbie Does Dallas theme. Maybe you could have like an 80s show where you play 80s porn music.
Oh my god!
And then
I would totally find all the good ones. Yes.
Yeah.
That would be sick. I'd love to be a DJ for that channel.
Yeah, mate, you would kill it. You'd have half the shows.
Just doing the research would be the fun bit, I reckon.
Yeah, you got to watch a bit more.
Cheers,
love. I'm not jerking. It's just fucking work.
Just drink all the proteins and all the fluids and all the things you need to make the kids.
Pause, bro.
You know?
Pause. Sean is saying, why is it not doing that? There you go. I'd be a DJ. Mandem FM would be the name, playing urban bangers.
Whoa, that's a good one.
Mandem FM.
Woo!
That's god tier. We can't.
That's top tier name right there.
I got to piss.
That should be a thing already. I'm pretty sure that should be a radio station in Scarborough. It should be. If not, you should start one show and do it.
I actually agree wholeheartedly. I'm going to take a quick piss.
make do it.
And I'm saying, Dan, can
Mandem FM could be the name of his podcast. Go, mate. I understand what's going on. So, Uncle Dan.
Yes, sir.
Tell me something fun.
Well, I watched an anime yesterday, and it was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. But apart from that,
was it a movie or a series?
It was a series called
What was it called?
Titan. It's called Attack on Titan. It's the best thing I've ever seen. Anime, TV show, movie. Like I don't think I've ever seen anything better than this. Like
you probably should jump on camera so everyone can see your beautiful face, mate.
Let me get
jump in the chair.
Right,
jump in the chair, mate.
Like I'm the host.
Yes.
There we go.
So is it what kind of people? Are people gurking each other with swords? What's the deal?
There's a lot of stuff. It's just fucked. There's so much that happens in that show. It's basically the premise is they live in a world where an island is surrounded by big walls because they're invested. Outside the walls is a bunch of giants, and essentially the giants break into the walls. But there's no one knows why. It just seems like they're all lifeless like giants, but no one knows why. They don't speak, nothing, and it's basically how that story unfolds. And now it's the final ever season, and everything's being revealed. They've just released 5 episodes on the bounce, and on IMDb, I think the ratings are like 9.8, 9.9, 9.9.
Shit.
I like the latest one got 10 out of 10. So it's like the craziest thing I've ever seen. Honestly, you alright?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you good?
That's wild.
Oh wow, that's fucking guy.
Just giving
Wow,
Dan
look,
some
now you gave him a
FaceTime there,
rare
mate.
face. What are you, MF Doom or something?
Well, I figured if Dan's going to talk for any longer than a little bit, you should turn the camera around or something.
Sit there.
Anyway,
I like that.
if Dan talks, we need to see the fucking cunt's face, mate.
Did you
Looks great.
fart in this chair? It's kind of like...
Nah, it's hot, though. It's kinda, I think someone left it.
Ben's got a hot batty.
I left a couple of them there for
Oh,
you,
I
mate.
know you
Huh?
did, I know
Get
you
that
did.
in you.
I know you did.
Sean is saying, I got into Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan is so good.
So you good.
So fucking good.
I've heard Demon Slayer's good. I haven't watched it though, but Attack on Titan.
All right, I'm going to grab a beverage then.
Okay,
1 sec.
no problems. All right, I'll do mine real
mate.
quick.
Be mad quick.
I do mine. Oh, you know what? I can do it. Or should we just keep this moving now? I feel like we're
It's up to you. It's up to you.
I got it, but I'm like, okay.
If it's a quick
See if
thing.
we can do it quick and just try and like we don't have to elaborate so much. We got a little excited.
All
with the
right.
elaboration.
Of course. Oh wow.
All right. So my question, Osh, we'll do this one. We won't go into too much detail, and then we'll move into the battle, and then new music. So, what is one thing you blokes learned in the last year that sort of changed your life or like made things easier? It's a big one, huh? It's a big one.
Oof.
It's deep. See, that's deep. Huh?
No preparation.
Deep.
No prep. It's some of these questions we need to prep for.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. It's kind of more fun that way. I didn't even think of an answer for myself either. Like, I just thought of it.
One thing that I learned, what?
One thing you learned in the past year. Hey, let me just read exactly
That
what I
changed
wrote.
my life.
Yeah. And what's one thing you've learned in the past year that changed your life for the better?
Jesus Christ.
So, like, I don't know, maybe it's like you learned how to do your taxes, probably saved your money, some shit, or like.
For me, more recently, dieting, even if you're slim, is a very smart thing because I'm pretty slim, and I thought, especially at uni, like we found a way to get like free food, basically. Long story short, but then we used to get takeout.
Spread the habit to
Yeah. Allegedly, we got free food.
Allegedly.
And then we used to order out all the time. But there's me thinking, I'm slim, it doesn't matter. Like, but then when you do a lot of research into it, the internal, the stuff it does to your inside is really bad when you're having McDonald's, like KFC, all of that shit all the time.
Yeah.
And then eventually, after doing a lot of research, I found out that certain diets are much better, and I stuck to more of a fish base, less protein. It sounds a bit weird, but more carbs diet because I think there
The
was
red meat was like bad.
red meat's gone basically. I haven't had red meat I don't think I've had steak since coming here, so like stuff
That's
like
good.
that. And like I think crazy amount of it's like I forgot what the stat was about. There's a huge link between cancer and protein, like a huge link, and it was like you're like it's ridiculously more likely if you have a heavy protein based diet, you would develop some sort of cancerous illness or something.
Yes.
But like since like hearing a lot of stuff like that, apparently one of the best diets nationwide is more carb based, like rice, pasta, and much less protein like chicken, beef, and shit. So
To agree with you, there's a diet called the Mediterranean diet, and that's essentially what Tiff and I try to eat like, and they are all
they
the
live in
people
blue
that-
zones. That's what it is.
Blue zones, yeah.
Blue zones,
So it's
that's
blue. If you're familiar with blue zones, Nosh?
No, but I know what the diet's all about.
Okay, so if you know the diet, then it'll make sense. So people in blue zones, there's I think like 5, 6, 7, something like that areas, or maybe it's 10, something like that. Areas in the world where people live the longest, and it's like Japan, Greece, like specific island in Greece, like specific place, different places in Italy.
Yeah. Oh, here you go.
Here we go.
An island in Greece, Japan.
Yeah.
Sardinia,
where you just were.
California,
Cali, wow,
apparently Cali, Costa Rica.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So those are the like the
Weather.
blue zones. So one, it's weather. 2, it's people they do things where they have to walk, so they're always active. 3, like Dan said, they don't do red meat, or if they do, it's maybe once a month. They do a lot of fish. They eat a lot of plant-based. What we try to think is plant-first meals for the most part. Obviously, we had a fucking Aussie meat pie tonight, which is for Australia Day, but the typical meal we would try and cook is going to be more vegetable focused, and then you can bust out, like chicken once a week or something, but definitely try and do either vegan, vegetarian, or fish type of stuff. So That's a really good thing. So you learned about that.
Yeah, I say that's probably the most.
And you really understood it more now because you're cooking your own meals and shit.
Oh yeah, I cook all the time. I don't remember the last time whenever I get a takeout, I have to really think about do I really want to do it? Like I've got food, so
it'd have to be like a higher end, like you go.
Oh yeah. Like last takeout, I got sushi. I've been thinking about McDonald's recently, but it's like, do I really want to walk to McDonald's? You know.
Oh, there's no McDonald's.
That's the thing. That's the one thing. As well. I don't want to order Uber. Yeah, but the price is so inflated.
Yeah.
But McDonald's as well. I only want to spend like a couple dollars.
Yeah,
I want to spend a lot.
That is true. Thank God there's not too many. Yeah. That's a really good point. We had sushi on the weekend for the first time in like almost a year because we avoided anything that wasn't cooked during COVID.
That makes sense.
That was fucking glorious. Oh my God, I missed it so much. I couldn't believe how good it was. It was so amazing. Fuck, sushi's the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great answer. Sean just answered one actually. This is a really good response. He said his thing that he learned in the last year, me not holding in how I feel. I've noticed when I say what's on my mind, I feel a lot better. That's fantastic. I love that. That's
dope. That's healthy. I like that.
No, that's really, really good. And Tiff's just commenting on the other stuff. She says, we had chicken though. I saw something. I said we do it like once a week. It's a heavy cutback on the red meat. And you can order cold fries for movement.
That's what I don't want. Yeah, don't want cold fries.
Oh, that's the worst.
It's the worst.
And Sean saying, I eat a lot of organic meats lately, mostly turkey. Organic meats or grain-fed, stuff like that, 100%.
Yeah, it's always like better getting more. Like generally, like I used to spend.
Yeah, get the
shit. Yeah, I always think, what's the point of me spending much more for the same thing? But it's actually worth every single penny, like every single time.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing for us all to realize at different ages. Like it's good, because I think I ate bad much longer than you did.
Oh.
And, it's good that you're able to learn this shit at 22.
True.
That's really good. That's a great answer. Nosh, did you think of anything?
Love it. Honestly, not really. But what I was going to say is like I got like nothing that changed my life, but I got better at and more mindful about balance in my life between like exercise, between like, cleaning and cooking for myself. And obviously I did that already, but just like doing it more regimented and just buying healthy as shit. But the big part was like getting more exercise and choosing to do more outside shit and that's why I bought a bike. I've had a bike for like 2-3 years. And then a year ago, in September last year, I got my big bike. So I've been riding in all kinds of trails and areas and shit in Toronto. So like just the outside element, I always love nature. If I live close enough, I just walk to the forest and walk around. But anyway, so yeah, getting outside has been a huge part to like balancing out all because I'm always at the desk here. I'm producing, mixing, mastering. I'm always doing my passions here. So I have to get outside to keep and I found an activity that it's a physical exhaustion, it's a mental exhaustion as well in one, and I get my nature fix. So that's why mountain biking is so sick. So that part of the balance really, really helped me out, dude. So
that's so cool when you put it like that, because there's nothing that speaks to more what you need, mental and physical, because you're navigating these really treacherous things.
Exactly.
If I move the wheel this way, it's going to turn the back wheel that way, blah, blah, blah. So you have to remember that. Physical of the obvious reasons, and then you bangs with nature real heavy. So
heavy.
It's like, wow, that's fantastic. Good for you, man. That's really cool. I like that you've been able to do that and realize. And a good thing, you've stuck to that the whole time. You've been really good. And
because since I bought the first bike like 3 years ago, I was riding around on the crazy trails. Once I got better at riding a bike again, because I hadn't ridden anything since I was like 16, 17. Let's be real. And in Australia, I was riding on horse trails that had huge ruts in it. They weren't manicured at all. It's just like right on whatever the fuck. So it wasn't really anything serious. So yeah, here is just getting back on the bike again on that little guy and getting my skill level up and learning how to like just do everything again on a hardtail, and then buying a dual suspension bike and then finding crazy shit. And my neighbor friend that I ride with, he's a sick cunt, teaches me everything. I've been researching it all. So it's like a physical, it's like I'm going to the gym now. I'm hitting like 3-4 foot jumps that I would absolutely shit myself on like 6 months ago or 3 months ago. So just like the physical and also just getting over like jumping off stuff. Like it's fucking scary, dude. Going down big dirty hills with, blah, blah, blah. So that's that physical part ramped the fuck up, balanced out everything else, because I come home exhausted. I sleep better. I wake up ready to smash the next day. And if the weather permits, I'll go. Like it's fucking winter now. The road today is muddy as shit. Yesterday was freezing. Everything was great because everything was frozen, but there was no ice on the ground. So, win some, lose some. But the physical part is just the best, dude. So now I can get back and smash the beats at nighttime and do the podcast and all that sort of shit. So
that's great. And you've built a community around it too. Balance and the community you get from it, because you got mates you ride with, so it gives you
that's true, yeah,
a COVID safe social situation as well, so you get to see.
Yeah, that was mainly in the summertime, like when it was actually warm because everyone wanted to come out. Now I'm just dolo, but yes, there is a very brief, well, when the weather's really popping, then we can go on squad rides.
I love it.
And that was a safe way to hang out with some kids. So balance.
Fuck yeah. I'll be briefer with mine. I would say being assertive. So on top of the balance, because I've done that as well with working out, with alcohol intake and stuff like that. I'm super strict about my program, and it's changed my health. I've never been
that too. Actually, limiting the drinking days is key.
It's the greatest thing. I feel like I've been telling you about it a lot, and I told a few other friends. A few of my other boys are doing the same thing now, and they've found that it's helped them just mentally. You just don't, you appreciate the alcohol more because we all have the beer stuff we do, right? But being assertive, so like I feel I'm at an age, and this is why I like hearing that you don't have discovered about the eating stuff so young, because I think I ate shit for to a lot later, and I'm like another 5 years or something.
Yeah.
But being assertive and going for what I want, I don't what's the word? I don't have any time for fuck shit or anything I don't want to do. So if there's someone like presents me with something, I don't feel like, how sometimes you felt like you got an obligation to go to this event and around people you don't want to be around, or like do all these different things in life. I just feel like I'm just like, nope, just doing my thing.
And you don't feel like bad about it afterwards.
No, but it's 100%. So that's just the social side, and not feeling guilt, because I'm like, nah, man, it's not for me. But even with business, we've had a few things that have happened over the past maybe 3 or 4 years, actually. We've learned an insane amount, and being assertive is the main thing that is in this situation is no good for me anymore. And, knowing when to move on and not being scared of change and just being like, fuck it, and trusting your gut. So all of those things, we've had those situations.
And speaking up when you have to.
Exactly. You got to say something. You've got to put yourself in the position that you got to try. Like, I've learned to really trust that, and Tiff and I always align on it. So we're always like, this situation's not for us anymore. Let's get the fuck out. Even if that situation costs us mad money, we've left a lot of money on the table to do things that we've done, to follow our guts, and we were right to do it. So I keep having that reinforced more and more in the last year, with no travel, not seeing anybody, and just like you've got, I don't know, maybe less input to help you determine things and shit. So I found that being a real helpful thing. So these are all good answers, guys. Nice fucking
love it.
I love it. So maybe we'll get into the battle, and then we'll move on to the rap songs.
Mm-hmm.
So the battle went down on Thursday. It was Keyshia Cole versus Ashanti on the Verzuz platforms. This was a fun one. Going into it, I don't know who. Did you guys have I think we might have, talked about it, but did you guys have any thoughts over who will dominate this this battle?
Initially, because Ashanti's got all the hits, I was like, oh, that's just going to pull her bag out because she's got fucking, all the hits in there. But, man, like, I've always been a fan of Keyshia Cole. Like, she can sing better. She has better beats. She has a better engineer. Well, that's arguable. Anyway, that's,
Still.
yeah.
Okay, so you thought Ashanti would win because she had the hits.
Yeah, but I prefer Keyshia Cole, though. But I thought, Ashanti would. Depends.
Okay.
I thought she'd. At a brief thought, yes, she would get it.
I thought the exact same thing for the exact same reasons. Did you have any thinking?
I don't really know Keyshia Cole like that.
So you came in like not even knowing what could happen.
Yeah, I was just having fun.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, Joe Budden was funny. He always was saying Keyshia Cole's gonna kill it, but I was like, I don't know, man, chill, because it's even though I like Keyshia more, I thought
he's the R&B man. He knows what the fuck's up.
That shit.
Yeah,
so
he does.
I'll run through all the songs. We don't really have to talk about them. Let's quickly say who we thought won that round, because I noted them all down. First round was Keyshia versus Ashanti. So Keisha's first, Ashanti second. So You Changed My Mind versus Happy. I had Keyshia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I Should Have Cheated. Go on. Were you going to say something, dude?
Nope.
Oh, I'm sorry. I made a noise. I thought maybe you said something. I should
Yeah,
have
it's glitching. It's
Yeah, it
glitching.
is. That's what I thought. Okay. I should have cheated versus The Way That I Love You, Keyshia. Enough of No Love and Don't Leave Me Alone, Keyshia. Should Have Let You Go, classic, versus Rock With You, Keyshia. I Remember versus Southside, Keyshia. Last Night versus Ain't It Funny, Keyshia. Play Your Cards Right, featuring Tupac and Puck's Life, which was one of the posthumous joints, Keyshia. Love versus Rain On Me, Nothing Can Beat Love, because Keisha's classic.
Sure.
Obviously,
That's
I gave it to
me.
her. Trust and Believe versus Down For You, I gave that to Ashanti. You've Changed versus Runaway, Keyshia. And Heaven Sent versus Baby, Keyshia. So that was 9-1 for me in that round. And I was like, after about 4 songs, I remember saying, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I didn't really think how much I didn't realize how much I like Keyshia Cole. And I thought Ashanti was just playing songs. I was just like, these are just little, like, I'm really happy for her. She had the 4 songs in the top 5 at one point. You know, she's got a great pen. She does her thing. But I just like, don't really bangs with it. It's just like poppy type of jam.
It's definitely poppy. The production was just weird. Like, you could just tell.
Yeah, it was that
just
era.
way-
It's like locked into that era. Whereas
Yeah.
Keisha's stuff transcends it because it's beautiful soul R&B type shit. Whereas
Good
Ashanti's
music.
stuff was like
More instrumentation. Shanty stuff had more computer processed beats and stuff like that. It was more poppy for sure.
100%.
Very stripped down.
Definitely like more lush. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I had 9-1. I'm like, well, she can't really come back now at this point. So round 2 was Ashanti versus Keyshia. So Only You versus Brand New. Ashanti, I gave that one to. What's Love, which is the big one, versus
True.
Trust. I gave that to Ashanti. I was like, okay, that's 2. She's doing all right. I'm So Into You versus I've Changed, which I gave to Ashanti. I think I just gave it to
True.
the song I liked better. That's all. That was my
Yeah.
only thing.
That's usually how it goes.
Movies versus Give It Up To Me, I gave that to Keyshia. Mesmerize versus Let It Go, gave that to Keyshia. Foolish, which is a classic, versus Never. I'm like Ashanti, there's nothing much that could beat that. Break Up to Make Up versus You Complete Me, Keyshia. Don't Let Them versus You, I gave it to Keyshia. And then the last one was weird because Ashanti did Always On Time, which would be pretty hard to beat. And then Keyshia went and just played her new single instead of playing another song, so obviously Ashanti won that one.
True.
It was 14-6 is what I had. So
Jeez.
yeah,
It's a landslide, mate.
Super big landslide. They seem pretty cool. Keyshia is the if you didn't realize, she is the archetype for homegirl Kehlani. It's just so funny, like the tattooed
Oh, really?
chick with attitude, beautiful voice. Like it's very. I always thought that, but it was interesting because I haven't seen Keyshia Cole in quite some time and seen the way she talks. So she's a total. She's like exactly who you think she would be. Because I never really sat there and watched an interview or anything, so I hadn't heard her communicate. And in her song, she always came across like real, just like a gangster chick, man. I don't know. She was so cool. So I liked it. Her titties were a little too much out. You could have like tucked them in a bit. They were,
Yeah. She was ducking either side of the microphone. She was getting them out.
Yeah.
And then she was tucking them away. But yeah. Initially, I was like, oh, this is going to be slow because they took fucking, an hour and 40 minutes before they jumped on the fucking thing.
Insane.
That was horrendous.
They put Ashanti.
Swiss Beach was even commenting, like, where the fuck are you all at?
Yeah, I think something must have happened. I think Keyshia actually had something go on.
Yeah. But other than that, it
started
started off a little slow, but it was a fun watch. Obviously, it got better as it went along, and they got more comfortable and shit.
They had a nice rapport. Like they seemed to respect each other and stuff.
There was no issues. There was that one little thing where Keyshia didn't understand the order of shit, and then she was like, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah, she seemed a little too and she was complaining and stuff. So she had a bit of an attitude. I saw people on Twitter were like, "Fuck this chick."
Well, trying to make something.
Yeah, there's always tech difficulties. Don't complain. It is what it is. Like, fuck, just go with it. No one cares. Everyone's just happy it's happening. But it was super fun. Tiff is saying, maybe she's saying, "Damn." I imagine that's at the how much Keyshia beat Ashanti by. So I didn't see that coming to TBH. Yeah, we had no idea. I went in thinking Ashanti until the song started playing. Exactly, because on paper, Ashanti should dominate her. Like not even stand a chance. But in reality, it just wasn't that kind of party. So it was a fun versus. I don't believe they announced another one. Did anyone see that?
I haven't seen anything. The only thing I saw was the stats from the iTunes, you know, how many plays they got, and they all made plenty of money. So it was a nice, fucking successful night for everybody.
Yes. Speaking of money, you just reminded me. We should talk. They had the Doritos in the. They always have Ciroc in the background, but they had Doritos.
Yeah, they did have Doritos,
and they had the Doritos fan favorite,
and it was matching their set.
What do you mean? Oh, the like color of the chip packet.
The color of the Cool Ranch. Keyshia Cole had the Cool Ranch because she had the blue vibes going on, so and then Ashanti had the red regular, straight up and down Doritos. Because like I saw like what was the cunt's name? Spice Adams.
Yeah.
On the comments like, yo, are those Cool Ranch chips on the right? Because at the time her visual was pixelated, so he was just like, yo, are they fucking ranch? And then it came up clear, and then he's like, yo, and then everyone was like laughing at him. So
because he picked
they must have had a sponsorship from Doritos. That's a lot of money.
No, they did. They had a what do you call it? Like the Doritos fan favorite song or something like that.
Oh, right. Okay.
So they did it like 2 times, and I think people were voting. They must have been voting via one of Doritos' social channels, and then they played the song that got the most votes. So I think they did one for each of them, like each show. Which song of Ashanti's do you wanted to play, and then which of Keyshia's, and they just played the song. But I remember Swiss in an interview on like Jesus and Mero or somewhere. He was like, this is a few months ago. He was like, yo, we've left a lot of money on the table for this. Like, we do not take in a lot of deals because they were trying to keep it for the culture. And then now they took the Doritos thing, and Keyshia was like, yeah, man, they hit us with the bag. So we go, what's up, Doritos? Thank you. Like, I was like, okay. So I'm not mad at them for that. It's kind of always unfortunate. It reminds me of like a basketball game. Like you go to a Raptors game or something, and they'll have the...
Right.
the Gatorade 3-point contest or something. I don't know, whatever. Like they'll always have something that's overly sponsored. And you're always kind of like, oh, here we go. But like,
and the name's mentioned every 2 fucking seconds. Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
You know what? I get it. You paid for it. It's a business. It's free for everyone else. Shut the fuck up. Let them have a stupid chip in the thing. I don't really care. But overall, I enjoyed it. It was good. I applaud them. I want to see more. It's just still good. This pandemic isn't going anywhere. So let's just, keep celebrating. Just keep good music together. Legends.
Exactly.
So
speaking of music,
segue. Notice with the segue. So should we just run through it all? There's not that much. It's even less than last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just do it. It's quick. We can skim over shit if it's whack.
So I saw that
happens.
Totally. No, exactly. This one surprisingly I didn't hate. I saw Dan. We were talking about it. You said this was trash, but Lil Skies did an album called Unbothered. I knew the name. I don't think I've ever heard his. Maybe we talked about one of the singles in one of the past weeks.
Maybe.
But I did not
auto-tune raps.
Yeah, it's auto-tune like trap rap stuff, but it was like 50% of the time. Otherwise, he was actually rapping.
He was rapping.
And it wasn't terrible. It was just the subject matter that was bad.
He reminds me of Lil Pump, but worse.
Yeah, I definitely didn't hate it.
Nah, Lil Pump's way worse.
I feel Lil Pump's better than this guy.
Way worse.
As a rapper?
I just don't.
Or you like the music more?
I like the music more. Yeah.
So it sounded like children's music to me. It literally sounds like kids' music, but it was kids. I feel like if it was someone talking about like better stuff, it would appeal to, because it was the same thing. It was like bitches and fucking and money and shooting and dying and blah blah blah. Like the usual shit you always hear from these emo face tat melon, Puerto Rican rappers. Which is fine, it's cool, because I went into it ready to hate it. And I was jammed the whole time I was cleaning today, listening to it, and I was like,
ready to hate it.
Yeah, dude, I went into it. I was like, this is going to be trash.
Ready.
I can't wait to shit on this tonight. And I was like, I can't do it. I genuinely enjoyed it. I don't know. Would I listen to it again? No. But I was surprisingly not mad at the whole thing. So what am I, 12 now? Is that what I am?
You're 12.
Fuck.
And you have a TikTok account.
Reconnect. And a what?
And you have a TikTok account.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a few TikToks. Don't worry.
Soon.
Be like, pointing. Dickheads. All right. Next. And next is Krohme. Shouts to Krohme. Did re-release.
Shouts to Krohme.
A track with the God MC Royce of 5'9" called Forsaken. Freestyle remix from 2007. So I think he's like taking an old song. It sounds dated, but then remixed it.
Got a new beat, yeah.
Shouts to Krohme, shouts to Royce. It was cool. I liked it.
Yeah, it's cool. I actually liked it.
Didn't hate that at all. That was dope.
Yep.
It was really good.
Love it. This is good. Chief Supreme and This one was fucking weird, eh? This dude, Chief Supreme and
Super
Lil
weird.
This is
Wayne,
weird as fuck.
called One for the Money. It sounded like a SoundCloud rapper from when we started rapping those. She reminded me of the really average dudes that we used to perform with back in the day. It's like he had enough money to pay Lil Wayne for a feature, and then he got it, and he was the dude. He was one of those rappers who paid for a big feature, and they mentioned that other rapper like 4 times in the verse and like in the thing. Like it was like, yeah, no.
I thought the feature was terrible. I was listening to it thinking, where's Lil Wayne coming in? And then he finished his line like, oh, this is Lil Tunchi. I was like, what?
Like, it didn't sound the same. It could have been an old verse that they bought off people, which happens. Like old verses get resold.
That was terrible, man.
Yeah.
You should get a refund on that feature. That was terrible. Honestly. That was terrible.
Did you hear it, Nosh?
That song?
Yeah.
It was a shocker.
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 Don't need to say no more. All right.
Shocker.
That's it, mate.
Jorja Smith, the Queen. She did a symphony orchestra version
Like an
of
orchestral sessions.
Because it's been 5 years, I believe, since Blue Lights came out. I remember listening to it in Australia. No, not. I guess it was. I think it came out around this time, but we heard it on Selection some point during the year. And I remember playing it on our phone.
Yeah, Jorja Smith is one of the artists that we heard of on Selection.
We heard of Blue Lights from there. So it was beautiful. It's just nice. Her voice is amazing. Yeah. She's such a classy woman. I think she's great.
Mm-hmm. She's great.
Yeah, that was great. That was well played by everyone.
Yeah.
I like those little fun renditions. So yeah, that worked well.
Anything with an orchestra after we had on my album, when people hear this shit, like
get some strings, mate. Strings, they'll move you.
The
some
strings
goosebumps on you.
Beautiful part of doing the album. I just couldn't believe we were doing music with like cellists and violinists. It's fucking insane. I love it.
Fucking beauts, mate.
All right. Wale dropped a single called "Good Vibes" in brackets Czar. It was cool. He was like full singing on the hook. Yeah.
Usually he pisses me off. Yeah, he did well.
And he even talked about the rioters. He wrote this in the last like week.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Talked about like the Capitol Hill. He specifically mentioned it because he's from DC. So.
But no, I thought it was a good message on the song. I thought it was just a great, like, happy song. It was just good.
Yeah.
I think Wale's cool.
I like him too. I think he had a rough run, but he seems like
he's a cool person.
Yeah, I fuck with him. Elaquent,
I don't hate him.
No, don't hate him at all. Elaquent is a producer from Toronto. Also, I think gets some love through Selection here. He did a song called The Official. Not gonna lie, I listened to a bunch of stuff and I kind of don't recall everything, but Elaquent's just a dope producer.
I couldn't find it.
No,
when I was looking for it, I couldn't find it.
Okay. Did you hear it, Nosh?
I have about I didn't actually. I'm looking at it right now because for some reason I just didn't.
No, it's, honestly, I forget something every week. I always like, oh shit, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of like a boom bappy type of like beat. He does this like cool instrumental shit. I liked it.
Oh, I guess I had the wrong song then. Yeah, I had the wrong song.
Okay, no, definitely.
Yeah, it's another thing. I didn't.
Okay, yeah, it's probably like a Bandcamp thing. This was a weird song too. I don't know if you guys found this. There's this chick, Amanda Shires. She did a song called Our Problem, and it featured like 10 singers. I didn't write it all because it was like I saw it because of Angie Stone was on there, and then it had like
this was weird.
Reba McEntire and like fucking country singers. It was very strange. I just put it on there for the fuck of it. But,
I didn't like it.
Bless you. Yeah, I thought it was really weird. It was just
weird. I don't know what it was.
I think it's for a movie or a show.
Yeah,
it gave me that vibe. So
super country. I couldn't deal.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and it's corny. Okay, so fuck that. This was interesting. Silk City did a song. Whoever they did a song with Ellie Goulding, Diplo, and Mark Ronson called "New Love." I don't recall. I really like Ellie Goulding. At least I did her.
It's just shit. Not like. Isn't Ellie Goulding like a singer, slow singer? Like,
have you heard her first album?
No.
They had like the big single was called "Guns and Horses."
Oh, okay.
Fire. She was so sick, bro.
But this was like.
She went into this weird type of music more recent. I don't really recall.
It's a dancey little number.
EDM. That's the one I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah, this was cool.
I don't know. I didn't like it.
Because I like Mark Ronson's a G.
I know Mark Ronson.
Yeah, he's one of your blokes.
That's true.
But I know, I just like Ellie. I always check whatever she does. Bit of a biggie. Hil St Soul, another Dan's from Dan's Land. She did a cover of Heaven Must Be Like This.
It was good.
Yeah, it's great.
This is fire.
Yeah.
It was really good. I was surprised.
Really cool song. She had an album. Her first album was one of my favorite R&B albums of the 2000s. Like she killed. It was like no skips. Fire. I loved her shit.
Sick.
That was cool to see her back. Tash Sultana did a song called Sweet and Dandy.
Sweet and Dandy.
I fucked with it.
Actually, no,
it was
Sweet
cool.
and Dandy, mate.
There you go. That's the right one.
Sweet and Dandy.
I dug it. I love her.
Same.
I think she's fantastic.
Yep.
She's a cool little,
Same.
little acoustic.
She's got she got like a little freshen up of the image. She was wearing you know,
she's a little
like
bummy.
the when I looked at she's just not bummy. She's kind of like just hippie. But
Hippie,
like
word, sorry.
on the on these last, like this song and the other one that was like on YouTube when I looked at it, she's got like a fresh get up. She's got like themed artwork and shit for the song, so she's got a little freshen up, and it's nice.
Good.
She's still keeping it herself, but a little pizzazz, a little Anderson Park-ish. But it's it's nice, and I dig it.
Yeah, can you look it up? Look at Tash Tash Sultana, like the ruined grape.
Man's got a nice jib.
Okay, she's still doing like the backwards hat thing.
Yeah, a little bit. She has some like.
Oh, it might be the red with the go up, the red one there or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe that one. She's got like a red suit on or something. Oh,
yeah,
no, it's just a
there's a red one. There's a blue one.
Okay, yeah, she's just kind of a little hippie. Like feels like what's the town starts with B south of Byron Bay.
Ballarat.
Byron Bay.
Byron Bay.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Surf town kind of chick. She gives me those vibes. Anyway, she's great. This one was my favorite shit of the week. Another Aussie, Jarryd James.
This was huge.
I
This
get
cunt's
it.
Aussie.
Yeah, he's Aussie. Bro.
Crazy.
So
always
album
English.
called PM. Are you familiar with his old shit?
I don't know. No,
I've been listening to him for like
today.
5 years.
This song was big.
No, it was an album. It was a full
No,
album.
this song was big. Sorry.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he had a couple big joints a few years ago. He's fantastic. This album is like great. I want to soak it up some more because he gave me like James Blake, but not boring vibes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
James Blake is a fucking yawn central these days. He's fucking like really, really boring. But this had all the cool things that I liked about the early James Blake stuff.
This was sick. I put it on not expecting to like.
Who was this white dude?
Yeah, but like it was great. It was
Nah.
sick. As soon as like the first song was a banger, and then the rest was just so good after. It was
I
great.
was really, really impressed, man. Definitely check that out, yo, for real. And bless you, no, sorry, I didn't say that.
I was coughing.
Oh, you're coughing. Well, save that for
Smoking
later,
all
just
the
in
woods.
case. Okay, good. As long as you're all right.
Thanks, man. I'll
only-
put it up my sleeve, eh?
Yeah, please do, mate. Please do. Emilio Rojas,
Yeah,
shouts
sweet.
to the god. We should get him on the podcast, actually, because we know Emilio. But
Yeah,
he
that
did
would
an
be crazy.
EP called Rise Up. This was cool, man. It was very like a theme. Like it was kind of like it was almost like rock, but without the guitars. Just these really like heavy, like anthem kind of rap songs. I think it's like five
Kinda
joints.
grungy.
Yeah, it's hard to describe it. It reminded me of what we were trying to do with our rock EP. I think we abandoned it, but that was the plan that we had for years of doing a bunch of your beats that had like guitar
Still got a
sounds.
couple good beats that we can probably salvage as singles. You never know. You never know.
Oh, I'm totally down. There was actually some cool shit we did for that. Look at that unreleased.
There's a couple good ones for sure.
Yeah.
You could revamp some things.
Yeah, and like reapproach it. But yeah, it reminded me of that. So I'm glad if that's brought that conversation back up. I'm so down. Let's take a look at that and
Not scared of you.
add it to the pile. I'll take a look too. So that was great. Now this one was a fun song. Robin Thicke is back. Last
was
week
good.
he had a joint song called "Take Me Higher," which was like a bop. It was like a
Bop ting.
what would you describe it? It's almost like it was like a. It's not like a dance song, but it was like a real big like horn section.
Like a big band song.
Yeah, it's hard to describe it. Like it wasn't like a slow jam. Last week was kind of chill. This was like, whoa, okay, this definitely feels like the single, like the radio single type shit. It was just like a lot going on. Really enjoyed it. He's great.
Oh, Pharrell produced it.
Pharrell did
Anything with horns.
Fuck yeah, good for him.
I was just thinking that. I was like,
Guess what I
That's
learned
crazy.
today on the internet? Pharrell,
What's that mean?
you know the song Rump Shaker? Rex
Yeah.
Effect?
yeah, I
You
don't know.
know Rump Shaker? All I
I know.
wanna do is always.
Oh yeah.
So Pharrell that day, when they were making that song, Pharrell met Teddy Riley for the first time
Yeah.
because they were from Virginia Beach, and then I don't know what Pharrell had done before then, but Teddy said to Pharrell, "He's like, you rap, don't you?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Will you write my verse for this?" And so Pharrell wrote Teddy Riley's verse for Rum Shaker. That's how he got in the game. That's how long he's been in the game, which is like 30
That's
plus
crazy.
years. That was like 91 or something like that, which is crazy.
He's been behind the scenes for so long. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. He earned the fucking game. He put in his work, man.
I heard that on Drink Champs on the long ass episode of Drink Champs.
Yes, that's where I heard it. I saw a clip of it.
Oh, so okay, right.
Yeah. I actually
we didn't talk about that kind of shit because we talked about that episode on one of our other episodes.
Yes.
I don't think we talked about that bit, but yes, I knew that. That's fucking crazy.
I'm gonna listen to that.
What a mad cunt.
Is that whole episode worth listening to?
I mean,
Yeah.
of course it is.
Oh, okay, just checking. Sorry, I thought you were actually thinking about it. I was like, oh, sorry. I was like, all right, cool. I just want to hear the gems. When there's someone like that who doesn't speak much, I think you gotta listen to them, what they have to say. So I'm excited.
Yeah, Pharrell says good stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
I meant like our episode's good enough to listen back to.
Oh,
so.
that's what you need. Yeah, check
Anyway.
it out. It's fucking.
Let's check it out.
The last song we have here, this was dude, this was so fucking sick.
Banger.
Tiesto, which I guess what does he make? Techno? Or what's his style
Dude.
called? What's it called?
Yeah, he does techno shit. I saw him at Base
I bet it's
Station
not
back
the
in
right-
Australia when that was
Really?
even a thing.
Damn.
Yeah, but it was on Googs too. Sweet
Of
as.
course you're a fucking big Shell fan.
But he wasn't even famous yet. This is in like 2007 or 8.
Right,
No,
so
wait.
he blew up later. It says
Even earlier than that.
Oh, just
anyway, yeah.
Deep House. Deep House. There you go. So whatever. But he did a song with Ty Dolla called The Business Part 2. Please go look
Part
it up. It was
2,
my
yeah.
probably favorite song of the week. It was a slapper, bro. It was
This is
like,
a wake up and well, Ty Dolla has just got that
Nice.
voice, man, and he suits this kind of track. Like Chester did his fucking thing.
he is a glorious man. Like, I
He's getting
really
down to
fucking-
business. It's really
Yeah.
cool, man.
It's so good, man. It had that same line 1, 2, 3, and then back to line 1 as the final line type of thing where they repeat the thing, and it was one of those perfect ones where I can picture yourself at like a club at 3 a.m. Like, yeah, I got it. I like.
If you listen
actually,
to this song in the headphones, the
Mhm.
lead vocals, it's got like a tremolo, so it goes left to right all the time. So the whole song's moving. It's like a big wave. If you're
No
on
shit.
Googs and you listen to the song in headphones, you will fucking trip out. I just did it now.
Do you think?
Woo!
You're like,
Because I heard it on my speakers before because I was listening to it while I was cooking.
right.
And then now I've got headphones on and the whole song just moves. That's crazy.
That's sick.
Wow.
All right, I'm gonna check that after this. Do you
Listen to it
think
again.
is that a thing that maybe like EDM people do with the vocals? Is that like a trick that they do? Do you think?
Maybe. I don't know. It seems I'll have to listen to the rest of it, but like it just seems to be moving. This is weird.
Huh.
It's very ambient and spatial. So when you're enhanced, that will be great.
Right. I love it. That's fucking sick. Hang on. Sorry, I keep missing all the things. Tiff saying that. She's agreeing with a bunch of crap. Such a great comparison. Don't remember about a refund. Don't remember what that was about. Sorry.
Refund on Lil Wayne.
Oh, Little for the verse. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Sean says, Lil Skies is way better than Lil Pump. Dan, you are mad thinking Lil Pump is better, innit? I agree. Lil Pump is not a rap. He's a piece of shit. This guy was so far advanced. Lil Pump is like one of the worst technical, not even technical, just like he can barely, it's horrible. Like it's horrible. I think Lil Skies
Yeah, it's
tries, but his
amazing that
subject
he's
matter is that he can walk and breathe at the same time. I don't know. Fuck
Wow.
him. But that's basically it for this week. Leaving it on that note. Do we have
Solid.
anything else, fellas? That was a good one. I enjoyed this. This
It
was
was
fun.
amazing.
That was a good one.
I'm gonna drop in a few
Pretty
gems
much
in
got it
here.
all on the table there, bud.
Pick them up.
What kind of gems?
Just throughout the episode, there's some good little stuff. I like.
Oh,
these,
there's so many gems. Yeah, God's got to pick them up.
Oh, you gotta reach down. You gotta hold your
like
back. You know what I'm
flipping
saying? Woo.
breadcrumbs, in it.
That's what we doing. Do you know what I mean? Well, that was a real fun
Beautiful.
one, yo. Notion, where can everyone find you online?
At Notion Baby on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. At Illnote Studios on Instagram and Facebook. IllNoteStudios.com. I've got a bunch of new beats up now.
Yes.
NotionBeats.com. Holla at your boy. Give me a shout. Sort you out in it. What about you, Dan?
I Dan Johnson on Twitter and Instagram and Instagram gaming ting if you guys are interested in that. HDFGXMING. I just uploaded and it was the best thing I've ever made, so just go check that
Go
out.
check it. Don't front.
Don't front.
Don't front.
Don't front. What about you, mate?
You know, we got you open.
Mate, you can get me at CWEFOR, Twitter and Instagram, on the chatty if you're on Clubhouse. But to be honest, I think I'm kind of over Clubhouse. Do you know why?
I've only used it twice.
there's too many. I don't. You know what? I'll tell you off air because it's funny. I don't want to shade. But yeah, come check me there. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell.
Ding, ding, ding,
So,
ding, ding, ding.
You know when the new drops. Follow us on social media at The Movement Fam everywhere. We are back every Monday, usually somewhere between 8 and 9 p.m. Stay tuned to our Instagram. We always post the time on the stories. Mate, guys, have a safe week. Have a fun week. Please stay safe. Stay home. Wear a fucking mask. Let's just,
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands if you touch your
Black
dick.
Lives Matter.
Wash your hands all day. Love
Don't be
y'all.
a shit cunt.
Don't be a shit cunt.
That should be a slogan on a t-shirt. Don't be a shit
Serious.
cunt. I reckon everyone would wear it fully.
Mate, they would. Listen.
Anyway,
all right,
have a
guys.
nice evening.
Love yous.
Peace, y'all.
Peace. Peace. Peace.
Oh.
Oh.
To a rap. Spit some bars. Oh.
Ah. Yeah.
Oh.
Here's
Rap.
me beer, mate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yo, I had one of these too, fam.
Oh shit.
Oh.
You're supposed to drink it, you dumb fuck.
I did.
Oh.
I was drinking. It's gone.
Oh.
It's gone.
I didn't know.
It's gone.
Hey. It's gone. Apologies for swearing at you.
It's gone.
It's gone. We'll see you next week,
So
folks. Bye.